Alright, I'm with Charlie here. He's wearing a VersaGrip glue. However, today EasyCare has sent me a new shoe. It is called the EasyShoe One. It's a pretty cool shoe. Lots of neat things about it. It's dual density. I would say it has a lot of similar properties as a barefoot horse would be. One of the unique things about this new shoe, the EasyShoe One, is the front of the shoe has a very similar shape. The back of the shoe, however, is about 1/4 inch longer as well as a bit wider, giving you a little more options for front and hind feet. The inner portion of the shoe is already sealed. A new addition to the cuffs on this shoe is there's an added groove between the glue rivets. What this will do is when the glue anchors in between each glue rivet, it will help hold the cuff tighter to the foot due to the added little I-beam between each glue rivet. So let's get started. First I'm going to use a towing knife and a leather mallet to slice the shoe away from the cuff. I'll do this on both sides. I find this the simplest way to remove the shoe. There's a few ways you can go about removing the cuff and the glue. I'll go ahead and just grab the heel of the cuff in the working position. Once I've got the back part loose, it's pretty easy to just grab it with your nippers and peel it forward and pop the cuff right off. So this is leftover magic cushion. We ended up going about 8 weeks for the shoeing cycle, which is a little long for him. We normally do it around 6 weeks. However, his feet still looks healthy. We're in the middle of winter, so lots of hydration, lots of water on this foot. This horse has been on a regular schedule, and we've been gluing shoes on this horse for over 3 years now. You can still see how healthy this foot looks at the end of the shoeing cycle. I have found that the most efficient way to prepare the foot for gluing on a shoe is to trim it first, especially if I've already had a shoe glued on. This way I'm removing some of the glue that's attached to the wall in my trim. Removing some of the loose tags on this frog. Do not want to remove too much material, but the loose material is fine. I'll now go ahead and gather up the foot, and in doing so I'll also be removing some of the excess glue that's on the outside of the foot, as well as get my foot prepped and ready for the shoe. So a little history about Charlie. When I first met Charlie, he had a difficult time standing, let alone moving. He had very thin soles, a mild case of laminitis. He has high and low ringbone, essentially arthritis in his coffin joint and pastern joint, as well as an old collateral ligament injury. Now that the bottom of the foot is trimmed and prepped, just need to remove the excess glue on the hoof wall and then prep it with the hoof buffer. So I start out with my rasp. I'm able to remove a lot of the glue quite quickly, and it doesn't produce that much dust like the hoof buffer does. I really dislike the dust. If I can avoid it, I will. It takes me less than 30 seconds per side to clean off the old glue once I've already trimmed the foot. Now I'm going to use my hoof buffer to go ahead and remove the final little bits of loose glue if there's any. The goal with the hoof buffer is to remove as little healthy wall as possible. You're wanting to remove the dust, dirt, any loose glue, and oils so the foot's prepped and ready for glue. Score the surface area where the glue will be behind the cuff. By using the corner of your rasp, this works pretty quickly. Okay, I have field paste. This is the antimicrobial piece to help keep the foot looking good. Grab some magic cushion. Works great in the wintertime. Anytime, actually. already have a second glove under my first one from after applying the magic cushion. Have a paper towel ready in case I need to put the foot down. I'll go ahead and use some super glue to anchor the shoe to the foot. So I'll put it between the two pillars of the shoe or right at the toe. And then use the Insta-set and spray it just kind of on the toe area. When you grab the shoe, make sure when you go to push down on it, you have the shoe positioned where you want it, because it will set up quickly once it becomes activated with the Insta-set. Give it a few seconds. It's set. So you can see he's a little fidgety. So he's going to step and move around. The shoe's not going to move. Here's my fit. I really like it. I really love the extra length in this shoe. You can see a little bit of moisture left over by the accelerant. If you hit it with a torch, it evaporates pretty quick. Before you start gluing, get your stretch wrap out and have it already ready to go so you don't have to fiddle with it once the glue's setting up. Prime your gun, make sure the texture, color looks right. Feather in the glue. This part is really for aesthetics. I like to blend the glue into the cuff and get as many wrinkles out as possible from using the stretch wrap. Other than that, depending on the horse, I'll make it look as nice as I can. I'm sealing the foot with EasyCare MaxiGlue super glue. It helps the glue from minimizing and peeling on the edges and helps retain the cuff. Also leaves a nice clean finish. Thanks EasyCare for another fabulous product. This was a great shoe to apply. I think Charlie's really going to enjoy it.
New shoes for Charlie.